Hi and welcome to Knit All the Things. My name is Laurel. I'm also known as West Maven on Instagram, Ravelry, and here, if you're new, welcome. This is a space where I talk about all the things I'm knitting, all the things I want to knit, all things yarn, just all the things. So get cozy and let's jump right in. Okay, today I am wearing the Effervescent Pullover by Aimee Sherr. They designed this pattern for the issue 40 of Pom Pom Magazine. It was on the cover. It is just gorgeous. And she used Wandering Flock yarns, and I just love the way it turned out, and I absolutely love Wandering Flock. So I as well used Wandering Flock. I used her color Cosmic Tie-Dye, and I used it in both the fingering and the mohair, and it is so pretty on the mohair. It still is that same subtle color, and it just is so perfect. And I love actually how the pooling happened on the neckline. It gives it this really pretty kind of rainbowy effect. Some people I think did knit a different color ruffle, but I absolutely love the similar color. Tie-dye, the Cosmic Tie-Dye is my absolute favorite colorway of all time, I think, which is kind of outside of what I wear. I like moody dark colors specifically, but this for some reason is just so much fun. I absolutely loved knitting it. It is a bottom-up sweater. I did the Living Dangerously thing and did not swatch, but what I did do was I started with one of my sleeves. So I knit the sleeve and took the chance that I would get gauge. So I knit a sleeve and blocked it, and then I checked my gauge and it actually matched, so that was good. And so I could just continue on. So I knit the other sleeve and then the rest of the sweater. I actually did not alternate skeins for this sweater. Her dyeing is so beautiful that it just was not necessary. Yeah, it's just a beautifully written pattern. It was my very first bottom-up sweater. There was a suggestion to put a lifeline in the area that you would be then picking up stitches for the ruffle, and I know that it was a suggestion, but I feel like it would be impossible to actually pick up stitches in a lace pattern, at least for me. I would say if you are going to knit this, definitely put a lifeline in. So this worked out beautifully. I love it. When you first knit the ruffle, it is like wild. If I can find a picture, I will insert it. But the mohair ruffle is like sticking out. It definitely calms down once you block it, and it's just beautiful. I believe the only thing that I did differently was actually make the body a little bit longer. And the way that I decided the length of that, because it's bottom up, you can't really try it on. What I did was take a sweater that I like the fit of and the length of, and measured from the armpit to the hem and used that length for my sweater. So I did make it a little bit longer, and I really like how it turned out a lot. So that's the Effervescent sweater. And it was really fun because I had never done a bottom up. So you're kind of doing the like easy mindless first, and then you get into the exciting part, and then you're done. So that was kind of a fun way to knit a sweater. I think I haven't knit anything else like this since, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. I highly recommend the pattern. If you can find it, if you can find a copy of this issue 40, you can get the pattern this way, or I believe you can now get it on Ravelry, and I believe Aimee Sherr's website as a solo pattern if you were interested in knitting this. I have been having, I guess, trouble focusing when I'm knitting, and I noticed that it's sometimes hard for me to just finish a knit. So what I have been doing and had planned on doing is joining different knit-alongs. And a knit-along essentially is a group of people that get together and decide to knit the same thing or the same style of something. And the bonus or kind of benefit from joining a knit-along is the camaraderie you feel when you're knitting along with other people. If you got stuck, if it's like a specific sweater, if you get stuck in a pattern, then someone else may have mentioned how they found a better way of doing it or can help explain it. And then you can kind of encourage each other And it's a really fun way of kind of bringing community to an otherwise potentially solo sport, if you will. Currently, there is a knit along with the Grocery Girls YouTube channel and their Ravelry group. That's a Raglan Along. So I decided to kind of help me stay focused that I would kind of try to hop on the Grocery Girls Raglan Along. You guys so helpfully actually picked this Monday sweater by Petite Knit. It is knit in Voolenvine yarn in her Nouveau base and her Ghostlace base in the colorway Krampus. I've actually finished the body and just started the 1x1 ribbing, which is about 3.5 inches, so I'll be on that for a little while. This podcast I'm actually filming only a week later than the last one, and I typically do them every 2 weeks. My son's birthday is next weekend, which would have been when I would have filmed, and also my wedding anniversary and tax day, all the things are next weekend. So I decided to do this a little bit early. I'm still not sure if you're going to see this like right after I film it or if I'm going to wait to release it the following week. So bear with me on that, but that's kind of what I'm doing. I got a lot done in a week since I last filmed. I was ambitious thinking I could try and at least get the body done, but 3.5 inches of ribbing can be really hard, especially on my hands. I'm trying to be mindful of just not sitting and doing it a bunch because I do get hand fatigue. And I've mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again. If you don't already, follow Andrea, the knitting PT. I will link her channel below. I absolutely love her. She gives really great wellness tips and things for knitters. And if you follow her Instagram, she's always posting different reels and stuff just for helpful tips and tricks, like keep you in the best shape for knitting. And then also she's just an amazing knitter, and I'm not friends with her, so, but she seems like the kindest person, and I just get good vibes from her. So go follow her for tips. And I do also have like a medicine ball. And if you purchase one of her medicine balls, then she has videos and different things to go with it. So all around, great recommendation. So back to the sweater. I knit the Monday sweater by Petite Knit, Wonderland yarns. I am really enjoying this yarn combination. It is so, so, so soft. And I'm hoping that, who knows, maybe the next episode I will be wearing this sweater. So I'm enjoying it a lot. I think it's really pretty. I haven't had really any problems. I do want to say, and I've looked at this for a really long time, I somehow have an extra stitch. So I don't know if when I split for sleeves I grabbed one, or I don't know where, like I don't know where it came from because I don't see like a new row formed. So I must have just had the wrong number of stitches or something, but I just knit 2 together at the beginning of my rib because I had an odd number. So who knows what happened there, but no one's going to know. You're not going to tell anyone, right? So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this is turning out, and I really, really want to wear it. I'm worried that I'm not worried. If it's going to be nice weather, please be nice weather, but I would like to wear it once before I have to put all my sweaters away. So yeah, that's my Monday sweater. Other knit along that I have done in the past was dreareneeknits, or Andrea Mowry does a March to May knit along, and it's her shawl patterns and her sweater patterns. And I really, really, really love this particular knit along because it is very focused on patterns that people are knitting. Last year I knit my birds of a feather, and I will put a picture in here or show you a picture. I really, really loved that, but I gifted it. So what I was thinking, I still don't know I honestly don't know if I'm going to join the knit along because I don't know that I need to cast something on new right now, but we'll see how soon I can finish this sweater, and then maybe. I bought this yarn a while ago. This was her colorway Sizzle by Hue Loco, and it's the Spun Sock XL base. It's a magenta, purple color. And then I'm going to do Magpie Fibers mohair in Soiree. And the two together, I think will be really pretty. Like, it won't be as contrasty as my last one, but I do think it will look really nice. So it's interesting because I've had this together for a really long time and I thought for sure this is what I was going to do. And I actually think it will look really nice together. But the other day when I pulled it out, I was like, oh, that, like, I don't know why I've changed on how I feel the colors will go. I think it will be fine. This one, I guess, is more purple than I was thinking in my mind. But I do think it will be pretty together. So this is kind of, if I join, I would knit a birds of a feather in these colors. Color is Soiree, I don't know if I said that, in Feather by Magpie Fibers, and again, Sizzle. I don't think these are available, but I do, well, that's not true. This one is probably available, the Magpie Fiber one. Hue Loco, I don't think this colorway is available anymore, but she has so many fun ones that I think you would be able to find something similar. My last Birds of a Feather was all Hue Loco. It was the color Poppy and On Holiday, which was part of a holiday collection. And it was kind of a, I would say, in the skein looked very turquoise with rainbow colors in it. And so those were really fun to put together. I felt like this one would be a little bit more of a, I mean, it's a bright color, but more muted in comparison to the big contrast of the other one. If I join, I will knit this. I really want this shawl. So if I don't knit it this March to May, I have a feeling like I wouldn't finish it. So what I probably will do if I don't cast it on for this knit along, I'll just have to do it like next year and kind of plan for that, because I don't think, I don't know, shawls sometimes for whatever reason are harder for me to finish. I don't know why that is. If you have the same problem, please let me know. Maybe it's just a me thing, but for whatever reason, I think when you're going to knit a sweater, you just want to wear it, like you just want to put it on. I don't know why shawls are not the same way to me, but they're somehow not. I think too, the March to May time frame is good because it's still not going to be too warm to be knitting mohair, hopefully. So who knows? But that's the plan if I join. If you are knitting items for either of those knit-alongs, let me know in the comments below. Tell me what you're making. I love seeing what people are making. It is like, brings me so much joy hearing where you're from, what you're making. I love it so much. So if you do that, thank you, thank you, thank you. So as I mentioned, it's my son's birthday next weekend, and I'm gonna insert some pictures in here so you know what I'm talking about. But I started this thing that I now make a giant balloon thing and attach it to our stairs so that when the kids come down the stairs they can see all their balloons, and they just tell me whatever color they want. Part of me is like, oh, I will never be able to stop this, like, ever again, because I think they would be sad if they don't get their balloons. But this is, I'll insert some pictures, different years that we've done the balloons, and they really do love it a lot. And so that's kind of what will be happening next weekend. I believe my youngest son picked lime green and like a bright blue, so that should be interesting. Kind of reminds me of like Seahawk colors. I'm not really a sports person, but when he picked those colors, I was like, is this a sports team? I feel like this looks like that. But he will be 3. We're very excited, and he's really cute. He's very easily, things make him happy. The other day he got new pajamas and he was like, oh my God, is it for my birthday? I was like, no, it's just pajamas. Okay, so 2 weekends ago, I went to Ritual Dyes in Portland, Oregon, the yarn shop. It was just a nice sunny day, and like went and looked around and just wanted to be surrounded by yarn. I didn't really have anything in mind. And I ended up actually not buying any yarn at all there, but they did have something that I did buy. If you're unfamiliar with, I'm gonna pronounce this the way I think it's pronounced, but I could be wrong. Bookhoudesign on Instagram. She does a lot of mending. Recently, she made a pair of shoes. Like, this woman is so talented. I am always inspired by anything she makes. And I have a couple of knitting bags from her, and she's just really just a cool person. And she does a lot of visible mending. And my kids they're kids, and they're always putting holes in their pants. And so we decorate them, and then they become the most beloved pants, which I think is really sweet when they get decorated. So I wanted to get one of her darning mushrooms. And the last time I got a bag from her, I just didn't order one, and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know, shipping from Canada, I don't know. So I just felt like, okay, next time I order something, I'll make sure to get one. But Ritual Dyes had some. So I believe they still have some online, so go online if you're interested. I'll put a link below to both their shop and her shop. It's made by Buku. Look how beautiful that wood is. Can you? So pretty. So my father's a cabinet maker. Anything that is made of wood to me is like precious and special. But they're really cool. They're hand-turned wooden mushrooms, and then they have this groove so you can hold material taut and be able to mend. And it's cute. Like, I love mushrooms. I'm gonna insert some cute mushroom things I have, but they're so adorable. They're really beautiful. They feel really good. Wood things, for some reason, I mean, not for some reason, they are really special to me. Like, I love the smell of them. I just love all the things. And so I was very excited to be able to get one of these. While I'm talking about it, I will show, I have 2 of her books. The first one is Visible Mending, and she has lots of different ways to mend various things. On the back, she's mended a pair of socks. I just absolutely love it. I'm trying to be just more thoughtful in trying not to throw out a bunch of things, especially if it's something I can fix. And my kids really like it when they have their special little decorations. So I recommend this if you're interested in mending your clothes, or she has various tutorials. One is to make a block printed sweatshirt, and she shows you how you would make the blocks. Another, there's a lot of projects for a quilt, to make an indigo dyed quilt, just a lot of projects. So you certainly can get a lot of inspiration from her books and from her Instagram. I highly recommend following her. She's really just a cool person. Makes some really cool things. The shoes she made, I don't know how to make shoes, but man, I want to learn now all of a sudden. So I recommend following her there. The other book that she recently has put out is about embroidery, and she shows you different stitches you can use, and has, again, some more cool projects. I'll try and cover some of the instruction, but like a pouch. So she has a lot of just very cool things. She's so inspiring. Like, look at how cool that is. There's like almost like a felt fabric or a fabric behind, and then it's embroidered on top to make these flowers. So cool. So those are kind of things outside of knitting that I feel are knitting adjacent. I feel like you, or a lot of people, are interested in creating their own things or saving things that they have made. So I've definitely used the mending book for mending socks to make sure I'm kind of doing it right or doing it the best way I can. So I just recommend that a lot. I will be trying to make another video talking about summer knits. So if that's of interest to you, if you're starting your summer knits, please let me know in the comments below what you're knitting, because I want to compile a list of kind of fun things that are size inclusive, hopefully, that I'm looking forward to knitting. So that would help me a lot. The other thing that I kind of mentioned, the reason that I filmed this a week early is because it is my youngest son's birthday next weekend. It's his birthday, it's tax day, and it's our wedding anniversary. So it is a very busy weekend in our household. So that is kind of what we are going to be doing this week. I so appreciate your time spent with me. If you haven't seen the rest of my episodes, I will include a playlist here. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I will see you in 2 weeks. And thank you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and happy knitting.